If you've been to any of my classes or you've listened to me or you've gone through a couple of my videos on the channel, you realize I like talking about customers a lot because there's one thing you should know as a business owner. Those are the pillars holding your businesses. I mean, there is nothing else you can do without customers. Okay, what's the point of starting a business? What's the point of setting something up, of selling goods or offering services when nobody's going to pay for them? You are not going to be the only one patronizing yourself. You can't. You may wear what you sew, you may wear what you sell, you may use what you sell, but you cannot pay your bills yourself. The money has to come in, and these are the people that will pay the money. And that is why I pay so much attention to customers, how you get them, how you retain them, how you grow with them in your businesses. Why customers? When I talk to startups, either we're having a talk or we're having a mentoring session or we're just talking generally. This also happens in my classes when I'm talking to my students who are about to graduate or in the middle of their session. I realize that most people or more people focus on the capital, investment, getting the equipment, setting up, than the customers that will actually pay for the services. And I think this is where we start getting it wrong. If you put all your attention, all your effort on, I'm going to buy this kind of machine, I'm going to have my office painted in this color, I'm going to have the setup look like this, you're focusing on the minors and ignoring the majors. The major thing is you are going to have a business. And a very important part of the business is how the money will keep rolling in. Now, it's not about the first set of income you have. It's not about the first people who patronize you. Like I said in one of my lectures, which I've said over and over again, naturally, we like new things. If you're new, people will get attracted to you. They want to give you a try. But what keeps them coming back? The cover of a book will attract you, but the content keeps you coming back to the book. I mean, you may have an attractive packaging, you may have an attractive setup. People come, they like what you're doing, they're so carried away with the environment. But if what the environment is giving out to them is not serving, the way we say it now, is not dishing out the correct thing, they're going to leave. And that's where the problem starts. So while you're focusing on getting the tools, getting the equipment, sourcing capital, remember you have to focus on the customer part. It is just so important. It cannot be traded for anything. Without proper planning, your capital will go down the drain. Your equipment and tools are going to be there unused. They're going to be just there lying dormant, doing nothing, just taking up spaces and becoming decorations like Christmas trees. Even Christmas trees has its aesthetic contributions to whatever it is. But when your machine is just there getting dusty, rusting away, or your tools or equipment or whatever you're using for your business, in case you're listening to me and you're not a fashion business owner, those things are going to lie waste if you don't have proper planning and proper preparation. Basically, no customer, no money, because who pays? Don't build first and look for customers later. No, I'm going to advise you. Customers first, then start building. That was how I started. I tell people that for about 10 years, I was in the house, indoors, in a room in my corner of my house, doing stuff before I got my first office, my first shop, or whatever you call it. They start wondering, oh, is it really true? It is the truth. Because right from then, I just felt, why will I step out? Maybe because I didn't have enough capital to set out then, yes. Maybe because I wasn't ready to set out then, yes. But things are different now. Social media is there now in your faces. But particularly you heard that someone started last year and they have done this, they've done that. And like I told you in one of my previous videos, do not believe everything you see. Even salt looks like sugar. So don't think because someone said they have built a house, they have bought 10 cars in 1 year, is that thing you think they're doing, they might be doing something different. But let's leave that. That's not the topic for today. So don't build first and be expecting the customers to come. It's important to build. Of course, I support you having a very beautiful environment that will attract people, that when they come in, they want to stay, but have the base customers, the foundation customers, the people that are already existing and build on the platform. Because they are the ones that will probably bring in more people. Power of referral is always there. They bring in more people. People see your stuffs on them, whatever product, whatever services you're offering, they see it on them, and they are doing advertising consciously, unconsciously, or subconsciously, whatever way they are contributing to your business. And look well. This is important. Look well. What sells in the north does not sell in the east. And that's one of the problems. You just want to start because you feel like starting. Don't start because you want to start because you know the people that will buy. Let me put it that way. If you're in Nigeria and you travel to another country, what is selling where you're coming from may not be what is selling where you're going to. Or you are in Ibadan, you move to Abuja, or Port Harcourt, or Kano, or Kaduna. In fact, those northern parts are mile apart. East is mile apart. What sells in Kogi, what sells in Kogi, in Ilorin, is not what sells in Oyo State, Osun State, Iwo. Things are different. So you do your research very well, and that's what we want to talk about briefly one-on-one today. Another thing is, we all know the economy is not as fluid as it used to be. So it's time to think well. You cannot afford to put a penny to waste. Every kobo must be accounted for. So let's start by asking yourself these questions. Who will pay for what I'm going to offer? Who will pay for what I have to sell, my services? How much are they willing to pay? Different questions that you have to ask both yourself and a couple of people around you that will be truthful, or that will be so nice to give you the truthful answers, because some people have the habit of quoting words in sugar. No, go to frank people. I mean, I have someone around me who is so frank. I mean, if you ask him a question, the way he's going to answer, you're almost going to regret you asked him, because he will tell you the A is A, B is B. To him, yes is yes and no is no. There is no in between. How much can I pay for what I'm offering? Because sometimes we get it wrong in this way. Because you saw something online, someone is selling this pinafore jacket for 120,000 naira. Now you think, oh yes, if that person could sell for 120,000 naira, then I can sell for 250,000 naira. If it's dollars or pounds, convert yourself. Now ask yourself, how much can you pay for what you're going to offer? I once asked someone to make something for me one time, and the person was charging me like an amount I couldn't even put together in my head. And I wondered, if she's the one buying, can she pay this? Can she buy this? Now, environment matters. Yes, you can sell this. Like I said earlier, what sells in the north is not what sells in the east. You can sell this in a place for 10,000. I can sell this in another place for 100,000. So environment is also a factor. Look at where you are. Are they going to pay for what I'm offering? Don't bring Abuja price to Ibadan. Things don't work like that. Online market is different. I'm not trying to say you can't sell luxury. Now, if you're selling luxury goods, it's a different matter. It's a different case entirely, because you're only focusing on luxury customers. And that's part of why I said analyze your customers before you start. Know the kind of people you want. If the people you want are just the first and top class only, then you can sell for as much as you want. You can sell for $1 million if you want, because you know they will buy. And you must be sure that you are in their circle. You can get to their circle. You can have access to them. You know what they want, you know what they roll with. People move in circles. You can't just say, I want to sell a luxury product that's going to be selling for probably $1,000 to people who earn Naira. You're heading for a ditch in advance. You know that already, right? So by asking yourself, am I operating on their level? I want to sell to the rich people. I want to sell luxury goods only. Am I moving with them? What are the things I can do? You know, I had a friend one time that told me, if you want to sell luxury goods, join this club, go this and this, go to these places, because this is where you meet them. You know, you can't look for billionaires where, I don't know how else to put it, but that's just the truth. They won't just be where ordinary people are. They have places where they meet. And you don't have to be a billionaire to know billionaires, honestly. But you have to package yourself in a way that when they see you, they want to know more about you. They're inquisitive. They want you in their midst. You must possess some certain qualities, how you talk, how you dress. You don't have to wear the expensive things, but you must have the packaging required. And these are what you should start laying the foundations for now before you start the business. Because, you know, practically anyone can like your product, anyone can like your services. Likes is not the same as acceptance. The fact that you have 1 million likes on Instagram or Facebook or whatever doesn't mean they're accepting you on TikTok. Anybody can like you, but not everybody will accept you. So now put that into factor again. If you want to attract the kind of customers you want to have, maybe university students, maybe new moms, maybe newlywed couple, does whatever it is, you're not just looking for likes, no, you're looking for acceptance. And that means you have to think of what are the things that should be in place that will give me that acceptance without stress. This is how your business grows. Because if your business can grow well, if you can make more customers, you make more money, then what is the stress? You're going to enjoy the ride. The ride is enjoyable if you do the proper planning, not just build by faith and say, oh, I know God will do it. God does a lot of things. But what we will do for ourselves, the part we're supposed to play, God will not fly down from heaven to do it. Just drop that mentality of church. Church is good. I am a Christian. I am a believer. I pray. I believe in miracles. But I know the the part I will play, the part of me paying attention to my work, being good at what I do, delivering good services and good products is not what God will come and do. It depends on me, my hands, my diligence, and my hard work. I told you earlier. Now, after asking yourself, which customers am I focusing on? Because for me, I rather sell what people want to buy than sell what I want to sell, which I have seen happen several times. You ask people, what do you want to sell? Oh, I want to sell maternity dresses. I want to sell plus size dresses. I want to sell suits and jackets. It's fine, beautiful. I love it. But where you are, what are they ready to purchase? What are they ready to buy? If what they want to buy is kaftans and jalabias, and you are there selling suits and dresses, you know the answer already. I don't have to say much about that. You know you're already heading for. Okay? Another thing you're not doing is next thing is research the existing businesses and the markets around you. Those who are doing what you're doing, how are they doing it? What are they selling? How are they selling it? What's their price range? And a few bits and pieces here and there is going to go a long way in helping you. Don't just start in isolation and think, I'm going to do things on my own. I want it to be unique. Yes. I want it to be different. Yes. I want it to be outstanding. Yes. But don't do it in isolation. Look around. How are the people around me doing it? Those who have gone ahead, how did they do it? That's why probably I always call for, if you can, it's not by force, have someone that will mentor you, have someone you talk to, or have someone that just go for business advice or business sessions. Because the problem is most of us just want free things. You don't have to get everything free all the time. You pay. I pay for sessions. I pay for to sit down with people, to talk to them, to know how things happen. You learn to just sacrifice a little investment here and there will go a very long way in helping your business grow. I cited this example before. Someone was asking me, why do you like wasting your money flying business class and first class and not economy? We're on the same plane, we land at the same time. He said, where? I'm not flying economy. I saved to fly business class or first class because of the kind of people on the class. And that says a lot, because some of those people, that's where you can miss them. That is where you miss them, talk to them, or have some little cards and connections. But that is not the focus. Now is, well, it's all linked together. The customers, look around, ask questions, get people to talk to. Now, don't build isolation. Don't let me lose my point. Look at the businesses doing what you're doing. Look at what they're doing. Understand some things about them and what you can tap from that will help you. Do not copy, because when you copy, what happens is someone goes to that shop and they see and they like that person already existing, has been there for a while, and they look at your business and you look like a photocopy of that person. I'm telling you, some people would rather go back there because they will say you have nothing new to offer. I mean, they rather stick with the original than stick to the photocopy, because if it were me, I'll do the same as well. I'll just drop a few things to know about your potential customers, and because these things are going to help you design what to be paid for, design services that they can pay for, and that's how to make money basically. Now, but one is their age. What's the age I'm focusing on? I'm focusing on young people, little children, middle teenagers. Have the age, and when you're focusing on an age, like I did a range one time for children. I've never done children range before then, and I had to be for kids. And I started asking myself, okay, what do kids want? What do girls want? What do boys want? For me, maybe because I'm a woman, it was easy for me to guess what girls want. But for boys, I realized I had to do a lot of asking of questions, researching, reading, asking people, what do boys really want? Because you think girls are hard to please. Boys are actually hard to please. You don't know what a boy wants. If you have a little boy that is demanding, not easygoing boys, and boys are so easygoing and smooth like mine. But if you have some boys that are going to ask you questions, you don't know what they want. I don't know what will interest them, or maybe because boys are boys and girls are girls. But I had to ask myself a lot of questions. Kids. Because for kids, you have to think about colors. You have to think about what makes them happy, what makes them jump at it. So look at the age. Are you designing products or services for teenagers? Their age. In fact, that one you have to do your research. What is trending now? Baggy, oversized, and whatever colors. You keep on risk. If it's for adults, any age you're focusing on. This is also why I think I advise my students, choose a line, choose a section, decide what you want. Don't be too general, don't be too everywhere. Have something that when they remember your name, they know, oh, this person does this. I know a lot of things, I can do so many things, but I don't focus on a lot of things. I focus on things that let me do this. Now, when they are thinking of the person doing this, it's easier to remember. Jack of all trade, master of one, or master of one, two, three. Not like you want to be master in everything, you want to put everything together. Some people won't take you serious. Some people, I'm not saying everybody won't take you serious. No, another thing is location. Location you are designing for, like I said earlier, north and west. What they wear in the north is not what they wear in the west, it's not what they wear in the east. It's not what they wear abroad, what they wear in different countries, in the UK, in the US, in Europe, in Asia, in Canada, wherever you find yourself. Think about it. My location, what will sell? What do they want? What do they want to buy? What are they willing to pay for? I mean, there's some countries that weather dictates what they wear. So design what goes in line. There's some states that, not example, you understand what I'm trying to say. The other thing is dress size. Are you going to be designing for general sizes, or you want to focus on plus sizes alone, maternity wears alone? Think about these things, because if you look at the market, some sizes are not so common. You can choose, you can carve a niche out of that. You can carve a niche out of that and say, okay, for me, I'm just going to sew for slim people only. I'm just going to sew for plus size people only. I'm going to sew for curvy ladies only, and that is going to give you your kind of customers. Because once you do it well, once they see it on them, it's easier for people to say, take me to where you got this, or take me to where you bought this from, or take me to who made this for you. I want to also patronize that person. Gender. Are you making women's wear or men's wear? Choose a line. Choose what you want, this way or that way. So choose gender. So if you're going to do men's wear, focus on it. If you're going to do women's wear, focus on it. If personally, I think I like men's wear a lot. Maybe because male customers don't stress me. They pay my money. They don't give me issues. They don't ask me unnecessary questions. I do women's wear. But if you ask me to make a choice, I'll say, I'm going to stick to men's wear, because they are just so easy to deal with. They don't, in fact, they pay well. So same thing, you must also choose these things, line them out if you're a guy. And also, you realize that some women like patronizing men, and some men like patronizing women. So study this in your business. If it works for you, male hairstylists are fantastic. I think I use more male hairstylists than female hairstylists. I just don't know how, but I think maybe it's me, and it's not just me. I've heard it from so many other people. Look at this area also. Gender. Who are the people I want to work for or work with, or the people I would like to be patronizing? Decide the gender. Then another thing is style. Classic, trendy, flashy, crazy. If it comes to crazy, I'm not there. But simple, classy, I like that. Yours could be when they put this one together and they put something together, something very crazy, that could be your line. Decide these things now. Write it down. This is what I want to focus on. I want my fashion brand to be for the teenagers, age 16 to 24. Sorry, adults age 16 or 18 to 24. I want them to, those who like crazy wears. Decide, start putting these things down, because it won't just fall from anywhere, and it helps you start designing stuff earlier. It helps you start creating your brand image early, and it helps you start saying, this is what I want, this is, and of course it gets you noticed without stress and struggle. Values, beliefs, and religious inclinations. These are the things you should also think about. For example, again, back to my example, enough. You know, majority Muslims, they cover their heads. You're going to Abuja, people wear this and that. You're going to Port Harcourt, you're going to this part. Think about these things as well. I'm going to be here. I'm going to be in this city. Then I must do things that will make this kind of people seek me out and find me out easily. The income, like I said earlier, luxury level, luxury goods or whatever, you won't sell luxury goods to a salary earner that's earning like 15, 30K per month. They're not going to buy it from you, because their whole salary cannot even buy one of your products. So think about the income level of your customers, and that helps you target. Because when you have this target defined, it helps you in the matter of when you're pushing your adverts, know where you're pushing it to. When you're pushing your marketing, you know where you're pushing your marketing to. When you're even building your office or your website or your social media, it helps you know exactly what to focus on. And of course, lifestyle, which is about the same thing I've said earlier, the kind of lifestyle they live, the kind of life they live, they like being here and there. These things put them around. We call them customer persona. I don't want to get too serious, but they're just small factors that will help you analyze things early. Don't start first. Get things analyzed. Look at the people that will pay, that will bring in the money. Because if you don't get these people down, the money will not come back and you get frustrated. You see, when a business starts and money doesn't come in, that's where anger comes in, frustration comes in. You want to stop, you want to quit, you want to go and do something else. But there is potential. Your business is capable of making money. You are the one that's not doing the planning the way it should be done. Take the time, research, study where the money will come from before you put the money in. Don't put the money in before you think of where the money will come back from. Put the horse before the cart. Don't put the cart before the horse. You're not going anywhere with that. Enthusiasm is fantastic. It's good to be enthusiastic. It's good to have all the zeal in the world. Oh, I'm going to be this, especially when you've gone to one seminar and they've pumped some ideas into your head. Your enthusiasm level is just spiked up and you are going, gaga, wow, I'm going to do this and that. But don't be too forward. I repeat, don't be too forward. If you've failed in one business before, maybe you have started earlier and you are thinking, I shouldn't even have done that. My dear brother or sister, please pick yourself up and fail forward. For every failure, there are lessons to learn. For every hurdle that has made me fall in business, I turn the hurdles into ladders that will help me climb up. For every stone I've stumbled upon in business, I've turned those stones into stones that I'm using to lay new foundations for myself. I've had my shares of failures in business. I've had my shares of going back to square one. I've had my shares of losing everything to zero. But here I am still standing. And that's because I do not put the last things first. I put the first things first so that when I'm arranging things, it just lines up easily for me and it's a little bit stress-free. Of course, it's not like it's so smooth because you have your moments of trials. It's life generally. But when you have your plans well made, oh, you can be sure that with this one, I'm going to get there. So I wish you all the best in your businesses, all the best in your planning. For one-on-one sessions with me, send me an email, send me a WhatsApp message. I'll book a session with you, or we'll book a session and find our time together. If you want to learn and sewing classes, one-on-one sewing classes or general classes, send me a DM, send me a WhatsApp message, or send me an email. For any other information, feel free to contact me. And do not forget to subscribe to my channel so you get notified when new video pops up, and also my blog. I have some few tips for you there. Please keep reading and keep developing yourself. So let's see you next time. Stay good as always.